Linda Cho was not just any 19-year-old, she was a bright-eyed dreamer with a heart full of hope. Ever since she was a little girl, she had been enchanted by the world of acting. She would spend hours in front of the mirror, pretending to be different characters, practicing lines from her favorite movies. Each role she played, even in her mind, brought her closer to her dream of being on stage. Today marked a significant milestone for Linda. She stood backstage, peeking through the heavy curtains of the theater, feeling butterflies fluttering wildly in her stomach. The sound of excited chatter and rustling programs filled the air as actors rehearsed their lines. Linda could hardly believe that she was about to step into the spotlight for her first big audition. It felt like a dream, yet reality tugged at her with anxiety. Despite all her preparations, as she awaited her turn, doubt crept in like a shadow. What if she forgot her lines? What if the audience didn't like her? But deep inside, there was a flicker of determination that urged her to push forward and show everyone what she could do. With each passing moment, that flicker grew stronger. As she finally took a deep breath and stepped onto the stage, bright lights flooded around her, blinding yet exhilarating. But instead of confidence, fear washed over her as she froze in place. The audience's eyes felt heavy upon her. This was supposed to be her moment, but all she could do was tremble under the spotlight's glare. Little did she know that help was on its way, a moment that would change everything for Linda Cho. The theater buzzed with energy, a lively hub of creativity and anticipation. Bright lights illuminated the stage, casting a warm glow that contrasted with the cool shadows lurking in the corners. The air was thick with the scent of fresh paint and polished wood, a testament to the countless stories that had unfolded within these walls. Actors paced nervously backstage, rehearsing lines under their breath while others adjusted their costumes, trying to calm their jitters. In the audience, families and friends chatted excitedly, their faces lit up with hope for the performers they had come to support. Each whisper and giggle added to the electric atmosphere, creating a symphony of sounds that echoed throughout the theater. People shifted in their seats, eager for the show to begin, while the house lights dimmed, signaling that soon it would be time for the next act. Linda stood just beyond the heavy curtains, her heart racing as she listened to the applause that erupted after each performance. The sound sent shivers down her spine, a mixture of joy and envy filling her heart. She wanted nothing more than to feel that rush herself, but doubt clawed at her thoughts. What if she stumbled? What if she didn't connect with the audience? As she took a deep breath, she could hear her heartbeat thumping in her ears. The stage felt like both a dream and a nightmare, an opportunity waiting to be grasped and a fear waiting to consume her. Just as Linda prepared to step into the spotlight, she caught sight of the vibrant crowd and realized that this moment was bigger than just her. It was about sharing a piece of herself with everyone watching. As Linda stood backstage, her heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing her excitement and anxiety. She took a moment to reflect on how far she had come to reach this point. Years of acting classes, rehearsals, and performances in school plays flooded her mind. She remembered the first time she stepped on stage as a child, the thrill of pretending to be someone else, and the joy it brought her. Each experience had built her dream, but today felt different. It was her first big audition. With every breath, she felt a mixture of hope and fear. What if she forgot her lines? What if the judges didn't see her potential? Linda could almost hear the voices of doubt whispering in her mind, but she pushed those thoughts aside. Instead, she focused on the reasons why she loved acting, the chance to tell stories, to connect with people, and to bring joy to others. The vibrant sounds of the theater filled the air around her, laughter and applause reminding her of the magic that happened on stage. She could visualize herself performing, bringing the character to life as she had practiced countless times in front of her mirror. This was not just about proving herself, it was about sharing a piece of her soul with the audience. Just then, the call for her name echoed through the theater. Linda took a deep breath, smoothing down her costume as she prepared to step into the spotlight. She reminded herself that each moment was a step toward finding her place in the world of acting. With one last glance at the bustling crowd, she felt a flicker of determination ignite within her. It was time to shine. As Linda took her first step into the spotlight, A wave of brightness engulfed her. The stage lights felt like the sun, blinding and hot, and for a moment she hesitated. The audience's expectant silence loomed like a heavy curtain, pressing down on her with an intensity she had never experienced before. All the rehearsals and practice faded from her mind, replaced by a paralyzing fear that made it hard to breathe. The vibrant energy of the theater transformed into an overwhelming stillness as she stood there, frozen in place. Each face in the crowd blurred together, their eyes seemed to pierce right through her. Thoughts raced through her mind. What if I forget my lines? What if they don't like me? Her heartbeat thundered in her ears, drowning out everything else. It was as if time had stopped, and she was trapped in a moment that felt both endless and fleeting. In that terrifying freeze, Linda's dreams suddenly felt far away. She had envisioned this moment countless times, yet now it was slipping through her fingers like sand. She wanted to express herself, to make the audience feel something profound, but all she could do was stand there, gripped by fear. Just when it felt like hope was fading entirely, a comforting presence appeared beside her. Marilyn Monroe stepped onto the stage with grace and confidence, cutting through Linda's panic like a warm light piercing darkness. In that instant of connection, Linda found herself grounding once again. Perhaps this moment wasn't solely hers after all. With help at hand, she realized that she didn't have to face this challenge alone. As Linda stood frozen in fear, feeling lost in the blinding lights, a hush fell over the theater, allowing her to hear a soft yet familiar sound approaching. It was the gentle rustle of fabric and the distinct click of heels on the wooden stage that pulled her back to reality. To her astonishment, Marilyn Monroe stepped into the spotlight, radiating an aura of warmth and confidence that felt almost magical. The legendary actress had an effortless charm about her, her golden hair framing her face like a halo. Dressed in a stunning white gown that shimmered under the lights, Marilyn seemed to shine brighter than any star Linda had ever seen. Her presence alone captivated the audience, who collectively gasped at this unexpected twist in the performance. Linda couldn't believe her eyes. Here was an icon she had admired from afar, now standing right beside her. Marilyn approached with grace, her smile reassuring and encouraging. "Don't worry, sweetheart," she said softly, and Linda felt an instant calm wash over her. It was as if Marilyn's very essence breathed life into Linda's fears, transforming them into something manageable. The weight of expectation began to lift, replaced by a sense of possibility. With a gentle touch, Marilyn took Linda's hand in hers and whispered words of encouragement just loud enough for only Linda to hear. The energy on stage shifted. What had once been intimidating now felt invigorating. Together, they faced the audience not just as performer and legend but as two women sharing a moment of connection. As they began to perform together, Linda felt inspired by Marilyn's poise and strength, realizing that magic could truly happen in moments of vulnerability. She knew this experience would forever change her view of herself and her dreams as an actress. As Marilyn took Linda's hand firmly in her own, a wave of calm flooded over her. The warmth of Marilyn's grip felt like a lifeline, anchoring Linda amidst the uncertainties swirling in her mind. Marilyn's presence was more than just comforting, it was empowering. "Remember, darling, it's just us up here," she said with a soft smile. "Let go of your fears and let the performance flow through you." The gentle encouragement resonated deeply with Linda. It felt as if she was no longer alone on stage. She had a mentor beside her, someone who understood the weight of expectations and the struggle to find one's voice. Marilyn embodied the grace and confidence that Linda aspired to achieve herself. She had often admired this very essence on screen, but now it was right next to her, a tangible reminder that even the most successful actors had moments of vulnerability. With every word Marilyn spoke, Linda felt her anxiety start to fade away. The audience faded into the background as she focused on the connection between them, the shared energy that translated into something magical. "You have something unique to offer," Marilyn added, her eyes sparkling with sincerity. "Trust in that and share it with them." Slowly, Linda began to breathe easier. As they prepared to perform together, she realized that mentorship could take many forms. It wasn't always formal but could exist in a genuine connection between individuals. Inspired by Marilyn's kindness, Linda found her voice again. She was ready to embrace this moment and let her passion shine brightly for everyone to see. With newfound determination, they stepped forward together, ready to captivate the audience and bring their story to life. With Marilyn standing beside her, Linda felt a surge of energy and confidence that she had thought was lost. As the audience waited in anticipation, she took a deep breath, allowing the warmth of Marilyn's hand to ground her. The stage felt different now. It was no longer an intimidating space but a canvas for her expression. As they began the scene together, Linda's nerves transformed into excitement. She remembered the lines she had practiced so many times, and this time they flowed naturally from her lips. With Marilyn's encouragement echoing in her mind, she embraced the character fully, letting the story come alive between them. The two women moved in sync, their chemistry creating a palpable connection on stage that captivated everyone watching. The audience leaned in closer, their focus entirely on Linda as she found her rhythm. Each gesture and emotion felt genuine as she acted, drawing upon the strength she derived from having Marilyn by her side. In that moment, she wasn't just performing, she was sharing a piece of herself with the audience. As they reached the climax of the scene, Linda felt empowered and free, no longer shackled by fear but liberated by the spirit of performance. When they delivered their final lines together, a moment of silence hung in the air before the theater erupted into applause. The sound washed over Linda like a warm wave, filling her with joy and relief. Standing there, hand in hand with Marilyn Monroe under the bright lights, Linda realized she had not only completed her audition but had also stepped into her own power as an actress. She understood now that support could spark true brilliance within oneself, making her feel worthy of being seen after all. As the final lines of the scene echoed in the theater, a moment of stillness hung in the air, almost as if time had paused to savor what had just unfolded. Linda and Marilyn stood together, their hands still clasped, hearts racing from the thrill of performance. Then, like a tidal wave, applause erupted from the audience. The sound filled the room with enthusiasm and warmth, making Linda's heart swell with joy. The audience was on its feet, clapping and cheering as they celebrated not just a performance, but a moment of bravery. Faces lit up with smiles and admiration highlighted the shared experience. They all felt watching Linda overcome her fears alongside an icon. This wasn't just about her acting, it was about resilience, connection, and courage. Linda could see tears of joy in some eyes, hers and those of people moved by their story on stage. With each clap and cheer, Linda felt a profound sense of belonging. She realized that she was no longer just an aspiring actress hidden in the shadows. She had taken her place among those who dared to share their dreams. The camaraderie in that theater transcended the boundaries between performers and spectators, uniting them in a celebration of vulnerability and strength. As Marilyn released her hand gently, Linda took a deep breath, soaking in the moment. She turned to face the audience once more, feeling empowered and validated. This experience illuminated the power of community support and overcoming challenges. It taught her that when people come together, they can uplift one another and create something truly remarkable. In this pivotal moment, Linda understood how worthy she was to be seen, not just by others but by herself as well. After the audition, Linda took a moment to reflect on everything that had just happened. She found herself in a quiet corner of the theater, still buzzing with excitement and disbelief. The applause echoed in her mind, but what resonated even more was Marilyn's support during that critical moment. Linda felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the legendary actress who had stepped in when she needed it most. "I can't believe it," Linda whispered to herself, her hands still trembling slightly from the adrenaline. "I actually did it." She thought about how easy it would have been to let fear take over, but instead, she had embraced the experience with Marilyn by her side. It wasn't merely about acting, it was about learning to trust herself and recognizing her worth. As she sat there, she recalled every encouraging word Marilyn had shared. "Let go of your fears," she remembered. Those simple words had helped Linda break free from the paralyzing grip of anxiety and allowed her to shine on stage. She realized that this experience was a crucial step in her personal growth, a moment that would stay with her forever. Linda smiled at the thought of how far she had come and how much more she could achieve with this newfound courage. She felt inspired to continue pursuing her dreams, knowing now that she wasn't alone in her journey. The camaraderie shared in that theater was powerful. It reminded her of the importance of community in overcoming obstacles. With a heart full of gratitude, Linda promised herself to carry this lesson forward, that vulnerability can be transformed into strength, and that support from others can light the way to self-discovery and courage. As Linda sat in the quiet corner of the theater, she reflected on the powerful journey she had just experienced. It wasn't just about the audition, it was about so much more. The applause still rang in her ears, but what resonated most were the lessons learned during those pivotal moments on stage with Marilyn Monroe. For the first time, Linda understood that she was truly worthy of being seen, not just as an actress, but as an individual filled with dreams and passions. The experience had shown her that everyone faces fears, but having the right support can make all the difference. With Marilyn's guidance, Linda had discovered her ability to rise above self-doubt and embrace her true self. She recognized that vulnerability was not a weakness, rather, it was a gateway to connection and bravery. Those feelings of fear she had once thought would hold her back now felt like stepping stones toward growth. Linda realized that this lesson extended beyond the theater. It applied to all aspects of her life, whether in pursuing her dreams or navigating personal challenges. She felt inspired to share this newfound understanding with others, reminding them that they too are worthy of being seen and supported. With gratitude swelling in her heart, Linda made a promise to herself. She would continue to push past her fears and encourage those around her to do the same. She envisioned a future where she could be a source of support for fellow dreamers, just as Marilyn had been for her. In this moment of reflection, Linda knew she was ready to take on new challenges, armed with the belief that she could overcome anything with courage and community by her side. With the echoes of applause still resonating in her heart, Linda felt a profound shift within herself. The journey she had embarked upon was just beginning, and now she faced the future with newfound determination and confidence. No longer was she the timid girl who feared stepping into the spotlight. Instead, she emerged as a young woman ready to pursue her dreams and acting wholeheartedly. Linda envisioned herself taking on new roles, each one an opportunity to express her story and connect with others. She felt empowered by the realization that vulnerability could fuel her creativity rather than hinder it. With each audition and performance, she would embrace the lessons learned from Marilyn Monroe, lessons of courage, support, and self-worth. As she walked away from the theater that day, Linda made a promise to herself. She would never shy away from who she was or what she wanted to achieve. She would seek out opportunities to challenge herself, knowing that every experience, whether successful or not, contributed to her growth as an artist and as an individual. Moreover, Linda recognized the importance of giving back. Inspired by Marilyn's kindness during her moment of need, she wanted to offer support to others pursuing their dreams. Whether through mentoring aspiring actors or simply sharing her experiences with friends, Linda was determined to create a nurturing environment where everyone felt valued and seen. In this moment of clarity and excitement about the future, Linda knew that her journey was not just about acting, it was about embracing life fully and helping others along the way. With her heart open and ready for whatever lay ahead, Linda stepped forward into a world filled with endless possibilities.